feel good about themselves heading back home here at Chase Center. We welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. Both teams committed 8 turnovers each in the fourth quarter.
Lord.
But the Warriors, going to old Uncle Al Horford and company, still won here at home.
Bonte, I can say I have never seen that before.
And I can say I never want to see that again, ever again. But a win is a win.
A win is a win. I mean, this is one of those games that Warriors could not find energy. And, you know, both teams depleted coming into this game. No Ja Morant, no Zakidi on the Memphis Grizzlies side. No Steph, no Jimmy Butler on this side for the Warriors. And still trying to find something from somebody. I feel like the best offense for the Warriors tonight was a Moses Moody foul three-point shot. That was the best. They just were struggling to find something. And there in the fourth quarter, after the Memphis Grizzlies played hard the whole game, outworked the Warriors, whether it was getting to the line, to the paint, I thought the fourth quarter was the deciding factor. I mean, 29-15, the Warriors scored 29 points, held the Memphis Grizzlies to 15 points. I mean, they were getting every rebound, running the floor, getting layups. Guy Santos, Uncle Al Horford was big down the stretch. What can you say about this Warriors team right now, Bonte?
The Grizzlies scored 5 minutes over the last 8:23. They commit 8 turnovers, felt like during those 8 minutes, but give the Warriors credit. They took advantage here in the fourth quarter.
No question. And we mentioned at halftime those efficiency numbers had to come down. At halftime, they're shooting 58%. They wound up shooting 50 for the game. So that number came way down. Both teams had a struggle making three-point shots. The Warriors made one more three. But you're right, Bonte. The Warriors, I think, very fortunate. Just a -3 in the turnover department. They were not -12 for a while.
Right.
That last quarter, the Grizzlies turned it over like crazy. It just shows you, a lot of teams like to play scattered basketball. And I was saying, why don't someone call a timeout, run a play? I mean, work to the Warriors' advantage, and we'll give them credit for defense. But after scoring 32, 33, and 33 points in 3 quarters, they score 15. Now, I mean, I couldn't keep track of where the ball was going. The challenges, the falling down. But you know what? After losing 3 home games, it does not matter. A win is a win, and they got themselves a W. I think they feel good about it.
Fezzi does.
I mean, 16 turnovers in the second half, Bonte.
I mean, it was a lot. There was a lot going on.
You still win this game?
16 turnovers combined in the fourth quarter.
But don't you think at some point, like let's
call a play.
Little timeout. Let's go to let's run a one quick.
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies turned into the Memphis Hustle in like 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's unbelievable. They're getting any shot they wanted, but that was the 11th win of the season by the Warriors after trailing by double digits. And here's how they did it down in crunch time. Okay, they were down 108-95 with 8:23 left. Here we pick it up with just under 4 minutes in the game.
Hey, Mullin,
down 10.
Saying, make him put the ball on the floor. This is what happens when you make him put the ball on the floor, Mullin.
Guy Santos here with a big
play
three.
the Grizz every night. You're on business.
No, Guy Santos, 16.7 and 10 from the floor. How about 16 and 8 for Guy Santos there? D'Anthony Melton with a nice move over his former teammate, slow-mo Kyle Anderson.
Former teammate. He was playing for the Warriors tonight.
May have been. Who knows where he was playing? UCLA, the Warriors. Slow-mo with a rough night at the office for the Memphis Grizzlies. Moses Moody going to the rack there. Warriors down 1 with 30 seconds left here. Al Horford with the tip.
Big O! Get that rebound!
This was just a crazy sequence,
Hustle! This is a tough pass.
This is the set play I'm talking about. Great. Run this play, whatever that was.
Fall down and pass it to Guy.
Yes, run that again. Tryouts were going good for 3.5 quarters. And then an NBA game broke out, and the Warriors showed up.
I've never seen this part before. This was crazy. 3 seconds, first of all. Offensive rebound. What happened here? What?
I don't know what happened with Ken Spencer.
He, held the button too long in NBA 2K.
Do the Grizzlies still have a timeout left? Do they still have a timeout left?
I can't keep track of this, Willie. I don't know.
Wait, timeout.
Timeout.
Somebody please tell me.
Exactly.
Yes, I need a timeout. After watching that sequence, I need a timeout. What happened?
So you know how in NBA 2K you push the button, you let it go to shoot the ball. He just held it too long. He just let it go for the game.
You didn't hit the release button?
They really just didn't want to shoot the ball for the game?
That's the type of game the FBI looks into.
Serious question, but if they have a timeout left, when you see the possession going awry,
somebody call a timeout.
Somebody.
But Memphis is learning on the fly here. They're rebuilding, Bully.
I know, you're right. They're rebuilding. Tonight was a debut, a tryout. It was going well for a while, and then it got sidetracked.
So if they were trying out, Mully, what grade would you give this tryout?
I'm glad I got 16 first-round picks coming in the next 3 years. I know that.
Let's go to KV, the great KV, Kerr, who's standing by with Brendan POSTGAME.
Well, Paz, the first lead you guys had in the fourth quarter was Al fighting for that rebound and Guy putting it up. What do you think about that play?
Just fight. Play before Al got hit in the face. Just fought through it and found a way to get the ball in the next possession. And obviously, Guy is all over the place. So just a collective effort on that end.
Al is bleeding from the eye. We can see him doing the interview right there. Hey, you guys overcame a 17-point deficit. The turnovers were a little bit of trouble tonight, but tell me a little bit more about the fight you guys had.
Yeah, some games you got to win. You got to figure it out, whether it's turnovers, not shooting the ball well. You just got to find a way to sometimes win games. So you're not going to be able to do all the things right all the time. And today was just a testament. We just fought and kept going for 48, and we found a way.
You guys are finding a way. You are depleting right now, and there are some role players who are stepping into bigger roles right now. What kind of vibes do you want to take into the All-Star break?
Just having fun and playing free and playing loose and not having an expectation, and just being out there and be able to play free, play through your mistakes. Just feeling, confident for each and every guy that's out there, and just letting them be who they are because they made it here for a reason.
Thank you very much.
All right, Brendan POSTGAME, 16 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. They're off the bench. Played some spirited basketball in the second half. In the third quarter, things weren't going his way. He missed a couple layups in a row, was looking for some foul calls, but settled down there in crunch time, of course. Three ball wasn't falling, Fezzi, but look, these are the type of numbers you'll take from Pods off that Warriors bench.
Yeah, when the team is struggling, I thought he did a good job of just getting to the rim. The Warriors could not buy a three-pointer there late, and he himself couldn't find a three-pointer, but he was driving, he was doing all the little things. In the game where the Warriors had 23 turnovers, Paz, the point guard, he had 1. And so he was the guy down the stretch that really took care of the basketball, attacking the paint. One of the reasons why the Warriors outscored the Memphis Grizzlies in the paint, had 60 points in the paint.
We talked pregame about having a better balanced attack, and the Warriors were struggling. Both teams were struggling to make threes, but tonight they win the points in the paint, 60-52, a +8. So they made a nice adjustment. The Grizz had no shot blocking. You mentioned they just thrown the ball into Big Al, try and post up. They were doubling him. He was getting rid of it. But I thought they had a lot of back cuts, moving out the basketball. There was no rim protection. So the Warriors did a really nice job making that adjustment. They took 33 threes. They could have launched more.
21 in the first half, Willie.
Right, so they really made that adjustment at halftime and just said, we're just going to attack the basket and live with twos. If we knock down a few threes, we'll take them. But I thought it was a good adjustment, being more aggressive getting to the rim.
Last time the Warriors won a game when they committed 23 or more turnovers, back in 2023, back on November 23rd, when they played the San Antonio Spurs. So it's been a while. But you brought up Al Horford here, who was big for the Warriors down the stretch again. Down 13 with 8:23 left. Steve Kerr took out Draymond Green. This is shades of the Phoenix game last Thursday when they rallied against Phoenix with a 22-5 run. Draymond Green only played 28 seconds down the stretch in that basketball game where Al Horford was a catalyst for that bench unit here in the fourth quarter. 16, 9, 6. Going to the basket. You're right, Fezzi. He is putting on the ball. He is putting the ball on the floor. Look at this move right here.
Look at my big fella right here. Uncle Al turning back the hands of time. Listen, Big Al was big tonight for the Warriors in a game where really wasn't a lot of size on the floor. Al was dominant. I thought, rebounding, scoring the basketball, assists, incredible playmaking from him. He's a guy who does a great job of connecting with the guards, knowing exactly where people are, plays well off of them. They score 60 points in the paint, all right? And we've been talking the past few games about how the Warriors continue to shoot threes, even when there's no shot blocking in the game. I thought they did a great adjustment, made a great adjustment, started throwing the ball to Uncle Al. It's so good to have a veteran in the midst of chaos right now. We talked about the All-Star break coming up. It's easy to let things slip. The Warriors looked like they were letting it slip, 16 turnovers in the second half. Having a veteran there to just settle things down, make some great plays, be the guy, the voice of reasoning in this crazy room today, that was Uncle Al Horford.
Yeah, you see the efficiency numbers, 7 of 12. And the Grizzlies don't really have many options. Zach Edey's injured. They have it was basically a 6'6" and under team. So Al was by far the biggest player on the floor. And the adjustment was to give the ball to him in the post, just straight up post him up. If they don't come double, he scored. Then they started doubling him. The ball was moving. They would drive. When he passed out of that double team, they weren't shooting threes. It was swing, drive the basketball. which was a good adjustment, but very different for the Warriors, but was necessary for tonight's game to make that happen, to win the points in the paint.
Warriors down 17 in the second half, and we saw fans leaving the arena early, getting a head start on a Monday night and saying, you know what, might as well get ready for work on a Tuesday morning. But you know what, for the fans who did stay, and saw a spirited effort from the Dubs, as well as Guy Santos, who was playing very well as of late. We chronicled his last 6 games with the Golden State Warriors, shooting over 50% from the floor. And tonight again, Steve Kerr is going to have to make some tough decisions after the All-Star break, Bully. The efficiency, the all-out hustle. With Kristaps Porzingis coming into the lineup after the All-Star break, it's going to be curious to see what Steve Kerr does with this lineup.
Well, I think with Guy Santos, and I mentioned this a few times, he's a lot stronger than when he first arrived with the Warriors, but he's maintaining his versatility. He can play 3 or 4. He's just got a great feel for the game. He can knock down threes. He drives the basketball. He gets on the offensive glass. He makes all the hustle plays. So that's another player that wasn't in the mix a few months ago. Al Horford, I think he could play 4 or 5. And if Porzingis is healthy, he could be your steady diet at the number 5. And post minutes have gone down.
Yep.
But that's another big. So all of a sudden, the Warriors could play a big lineup and really, cause some problems for the opponent.
He is versatile. I just love his versatility. If you want him to go rebound the basketball, he'll do that. He'll fight on the floor. The Memphis Grizzlies thoroughly outworked the Warriors in the first half. I thought Guy's energy, it just translated amongst everybody else. He played the dunker, played from the top of the key, hit a 3. He'll drive to the paint. His footwork is great. Just playing well with Al Horford there in the fourth quarter. This is what you ask of Guy, and he brings it every time.
And we mentioned, Bonds, at halftime, they're going to have to come up with a teen quarter or a 20-point quarter. They came up with a 15-point quarter and won by 1. So think about it. If they score 20 or 18, this goes the other way.
Defense.
That's what you want to call it.
Self-check.
That's what you want to call it, Fezzi. Scored 5 points over the last 8:23. And there was a lot of down the stretch there. But we're here from Steve Kerr. You think Steve Kerr's happy about the win? He just needs one. We all need one around here. I'll tell you on the Warriors post-game live. More Pat Spencer in the second half.
Always.
8 of 13 from the floor. Right. 17 points, 7 assists against his brother, Ken Spencer. And, of course, Pat will get the last laugh tonight as he played well. And he's playing very well for the Golden State Warriors. Without Stephen Curry, he'll probably remain in that starting lineup again. Playing some really good point guard. He's talking. He's chirping and Mullin. More importantly, he's having some fun.
No, he's playing great basketball. And you see a lot of these guys going under the pick and roll. He only made 1 of 5. But the fact that he's shooting 40%, it's important. He does shoot those open threes. But I love the fact he attacks the paint, collapsed the defense, and a much better balanced attack tonight by the Warriors, led by Pat Spencer.
This is what dreams are made of, Bonte. Playing against your brother in the NBA. Both of y'all, the matchup to watch in the game. I mean, yes, you can say it, both teams are depleted, but both their parents are probably really excited to see both their sons on the floor. Pat had the last laugh tonight, okay? He did a better job in the second half, distributing the basketball. That's his job right now as lead guard for the Warriors. He's a big guard. He can get into the teeth of the defense. He has 6 points second half, but 5 assists. That's really huge for the Warriors. When they got the ball moving, they can attack. They can attack the paint. And we talked about how the Warriors, instead of settling for 3-point shots, they were getting into the teeth of the defense. That starts with Pat, and that permeates to the other guys. But I love the fact that he won that battle tonight with his brother.
Oh, Big Brother dominated tonight.
Dominated.
Pat had a great game, and then Cam had probably one of his worst games I've ever seen him play. But look, older brother usually wins out. That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. As we take a look at the team stat comparison from tonight, the Warriors end up shooting 53% from the floor again. Memphis was shooting 58% in the first half. They go all the way down to 50.5%. Obviously, the turnovers, they have to clean those up, but a lot better balance offensively in the second half. Dubs end up with 60 points in the paint. You'll take that all night long alongside the 31. Indeed, it was Al's night, but it's time to play smart. Brought to you by our great friends at Xfinity. The Warriors are going to play smart with Stephen Curry. He will not play Wednesday night against San Antonio, and he will miss the All-Star game for the second time in his career. He missed it in 2023, and he has runner's knee. He's 37 years old. He's the franchise. Obviously, a smart play by the Golden State Warriors, Fezzi.
Absolutely. This is a problem that could be lingering, the knee inflammation. So really smart move by the Warriors with letting him rest a little bit more. A win tonight also helps that, Bonte. the Warriors not feeling that pressure to have him back on the floor. Obviously, nothing here happens or works without Steph Curry. Him being on the floor, his gravity, that's the reason why they've won 4 championships. Looking for another one to add to this title, they need Steph healthy. And for him to get more time, extra time at this age, 37, is going to be really key for him.
Yeah, if they're going to go on a run those last 27 games, it's going to be with Steph Curry as healthy as possible and Porzingis. So those 2 guys after the All-Star break hopefully will make their debuts together, and they can kind of mirror a little bit of what they did last year when they acquired Jimmy Butler. Now, it's going to be less games, but also now they're in the 8th spot right now. So either to maintain that or move up. Do not want to stop dropping back. And that's going to be all about health and then finding that rhythm. I actually think Porzingis is an easier fit because you know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to pick and pop, space the floor. If they do switch, much like they did with Al Horford tonight, they can post him up either to score or force a double team. So I think that should be a seamless transition, but it all depends on both of those guys' health.
You know how much space the guy's going to feel like they have now when Steph gets back on the floor? Like playing like this and finding ways to score and then having the game where Steph comes back in and he's drawing 2 defenders. The way the guys have been making plays, whether it's Guy Santos or Moses Moody or Pat Spencer, like they're going to see much more daylight. And if they can operate in these smaller spaces now, when Steph gets back on the floor, when Kristaps Porzingis gets in the game, I think that the way the team is flowing and playing right now with this energy and this flow is just going to be amplified when Steph gets back in the game.
But using that space is going to be key. And using that space to drive the basketball first and foremost. You think about it tonight, they actually stopped shooting threes, and they still attempted 33. So they're going to find 3-point shots. I think the mindset to start the game has got to be attack the rim. There's a reason you play small and space the floor. First and foremost, to drive the basketball to collapse the defense. And that's the mindset they got to maintain.
52-point shots tonight. I love the balance there. The balance that Jimmy Butler brought to the lineup every single night. Speaking of Jimmy Buckets, he had successful surgery earlier today on his torn right ACL. Of course, they now improved to 4-6 without Jimmy Buckets since he tore that ACL against his former team, the Miami Heat. He's going to begin rehabbing immediately. Fezzi, you ran into him not too long ago at Big Mouth Coffee, I should say.
Big Face Coffee.
Big Face Coffee.
You got the big mouth. That's why you lost your voice, dude.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Big Mouth Burgers in San Bruno. Big Mouth Burgers.
Damn, you all right, man?
Yeah, I am
hungry?
All right. A little bit, man. It's Big Mouth Burgers. Sorry.
I mean, it takes you a while.
The All-Star breaks in one more game. Relax.
All right. I'll try.
It takes you a while after you tear your ACL because you got to get the inflammation out. And so Jimmy, good to hear that he had successful surgery. Now the journey begins. It's never easy. This is one of the toughest parts of sports. Getting injured, coming back from the injury, the rehab process is grueling. But if anybody can do it, I think it's Jimmy. Right. Jimmy's a guy who got it from the mud. That's one thing that he's always been, the guy who works hard. And, he got to this point of being an all-star and a superstar by being the guy who works the hardest in the gym. So I'm excited to see how he comes back and bounces back from this.
Yeah, I wish Jimmy Butler a successful, quick and speedy recovery, full recovery. But to me, this has been one of his brightest moments. I mean, the way he turned his team around last year was amazing. And he's had great stops along the way during his career. But I think what he did last year, the way he had this team, 23-8 to finish and a big-time threat in the playoffs, he's really showed what a great player he is.
Glad Big Mouth Burgers is closed right now. They do sound pretty good. Big Face Coffee. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Pat Spencer right now. He's talking to the media about his nice performance tonight against his brother and the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, we've got to take a thought. We got 2 teams that are taking it. Look at that play. Oh, that doesn't scream take, does it? Sacramento, New Orleans. Oh, my Lord. What is that? Westbrook. Oh, got to touch rim. There it is, front rim there. Feel sorry for the folks at the Smoothie King Center. Had to pay for that game. What is going on? All right, Westbrook. Oh, my Lord. Down 16.
We need an all-star break bad. These are the dog days of February.
He's having fun. Whoa. Lottery odds for the #1 pick. And I won't say it, but I have a hard time believing that the Sacramento Kings are going to end up with the #1 overall pick. Just weird things happen with those ping pong balls.
Those bottom 4 teams are tanking. The Kings aren't. That's the problem in that scenario. They just made a trade to try and get into the box.
Who?
The Kings.
What trade?
DeAndre Hunter.
Scott Perry.
Is that was the move?
Do you think they're
That was the move?
tanking? Do you think they're tanking?
Absolutely. They just sat $140 million on the bench last week.
Who?
Sacramento.
Who's that?
You can't tell me they're trying to
Who's
win.
that? Who they sit?
They sat DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis.
Well, first they kept them, is the problem. Then they sat them. I mean, it's a sack guy. He know better than me.
Should we call Draper on
no idea what's
FaceTime?
going on. I saw that there were Sacramento Kings tickets being sold on Costco, so
Nothing wrong with Costco, man.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Got a
I
cold
just
card
don't-
at Costco,
just didn't
man.
know that
Sam's
they-
Club?
You know, Costco, Sam's Club. So
I just don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I think they're not trying to win, but, you know, they got some odds to get the number 1 pick. That city could use it. They haven't lit the beam for a while, Mully.
I'm really watching my words right now.
I mean,
I'm from Sacramento. I still got to go home.
you guys ready for our closing argument?
What is the argument, Bonte?
They were riding an 8-game winning streak.
Okay.
I heard from PR out there in Charlotte that their media section had never been filled up before in years. They were coming to Charlotte to watch them play, the Hornets.
I'm going to tell you this. 2 things are going to be true. Is a few players are going to be having a longer All-Star break than the rest of the other players. That's one. And the next time both those teams play, that game is going to be sold out. 2 things are going to be
With
true.
Detroit's
Bonte.
number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They're selling
just saying.
tickets.
I'm just saying. That's incredible. Wow. They said people don't throw punches in the NBA.
9-game win streak comes to a
8-game win streak comes
halt.
to an end.
Comes to a halt. Well, I mean, obviously everyone needs a little bit of a break. Seriously, I mean, it's getting a little out of hand now.
A little testy right now.
Yeah, it seems like it now.
Let's go to KB with D'Anthony Melton. I think we all need a break, Mully.
A 29-15 fourth quarter, so nearly doubling what the Grizzlies did out there. How did you guys spark that?
Man, just with physicality. Coming into halftime, we wanted to really emphasize, going and winning this game and wanting it to win. So we just came out and just fought as much as we can. We did it in Phoenix. We just got to keep doing it.
Tell me about Al Horford, Big Al, big on the glass.
Man, the lineups they play out there, a lot of small guards. So, just emphasize just throwing it down to them and just, figuring it out. Making them rotate and guys just getting open looks off of him. And he, at the same time, he getting his looks too.
How about no quit for Al? Like 2 rebounds, setting up Gee for the game winner, that kind of fight.
Man. 2 winners. That's all you can say sometimes. I mean, missing and getting his own rebound to staying in bounds on the floor. And Gee having the patience to, take his time in the paint and finish. That's 2 big plays that, definitely won us the game.
All 5 starters, including yourself, in double-digit scoring, and there are some new guys in the starting lineup. You guys are depleted, so there's new roles. What do you think about everybody stepping into their roles to get these wins?
Just playing basketball. I think everybody has to be aggressive, and I think everybody has to kind of play their game. Roles get bigger, and we just got to figure out ways to win. At the end of the day, no matter what, just win the game.
A heart pounder. You found a way to win.
Man. Physical team, banged up a little bit, but, we won. That's all that matters.
Steve's giving hugs, man. That's how you draw it up.
Man, listen, just the fact that they won this game.
Yeah, that's what it
I mean,
is.
they were down, in the fourth quarter?
They were down 17 in the second half. They were down 108-95 with 8:23 left.
That's insane. I mean, you need defense to do that, right? Like, you got to get stops. You got to run. And the team is just getting more and more confident. You were hoping that the Warriors would split one of these last 2 games at least, and they've been able to get this win against the Grizzlies. And then you just go and roll the dice the next game and you see what the chips
Get
lie.
greedy.
Get greedy. Why
You
not?
said you never saw that before? You said you never want to see
seen
it again?
Never seen that.
I want to see the win, not the gory details.
Cue the circus music.
Oh, let's cue up the Al Horford, who's talking to the media right now after the Warriors beat the Grizz. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists for Al Horford. As we take a look at the odds presented by Great Resort and Casino.
We knew better.
Yeah, we knew better.
We knew
that was a trick.
Molly knew to close his eyes and just keep his money in his pocket.
I mean, 9.5-point favorites. Are you serious?
After tonight, see you in the playoffs, bro.
See you next season.
Man,
Some of those challenges,